our change of schedule will be. And our riders are off for a neutral lap. This is a setup lap. The race has not begun until they get around all together. Out of turn 4 with the sound of the whistle will signal that the race is underway. This to ensure that we all have a fair start for the beginning of this race here. Our scratch race getting underway, a 16-lap event for the Cat 1-2 men. After 16 laps is completed, we'll find who our winner is by who comes across the line first. It's a pretty simple race to follow what's going on. We just need to know who's at the front of the race at all times. We'll try to let you know who that is. We get to see all the action unfold here at the Velodrome, no matter where you're sitting. That's a good benefit of track racing as a spectator. So we are settling in here for some good racing tonight. We had to make some modifications to our schedule for some smaller fields this evening, but we still will see quite a few moments of excitement tonight, none the least of which will be our Kitty Kilo coming up pretty soon. Our kid competitors will be coming out and having some fun tonight for a free and fun lap on the track. They did get the whistle, so the race is now underway. We're going to start counting down the laps as we go around now. Early on the job of the field here, they're thinking, let's get this thing a little bit closer to a finish. No reason to get too excited right away, but the riders are slotting into single file formation, as you can see. As they're doing so, they're becoming more efficient. Even at this like moderately fast speed they're going at now, there's no reason not to hide behind somebody else. Save your energy for when it counts here in the scratch. There you can see the gap between the riders starting to expand. A little bit of a yo-yo effect there as the rider at the front, Leigh Thurgood, is going to really accelerate himself. That's a quick turn of speed all of a sudden. So now the field finds himself at a new speed from where they were before. The result is there's that little bit of a gap there, that little window you see, some air between the front and the back. With 14 to go, 2 quick laps already behind us. Basically, the race is all still together. You can see the front of the group just now coming out of turn 2. Still time to come on over and sign up for the Kitty Kilo. If you've got a young rider rolling around in the park today and they have some form of mobility in a vehicle they can push along under their own power, whether that's a push bike, a bike with some training wheels. As long as they got their own helmet, they can come over here for free. They can sign up and come on to our Velodrome for some fun tonight. A hesitation from the field. In fact, they're riding quite wide across the track right now, so using up a lot of track space is the field behind this lead group, as it looked like Pekiaska was trying something out. He changed his mind pretty quick. Now it's Nick Martinez in the black and yellow. Christian Miller in the all black have decided to give this a try. Go ahead and move away from the rest of the field and see what happens. It's an experiment at this point. It's early enough in the race that usually the field is going to do enough work to try to keep riders like this close, especially when it's only a 16-lap scratch. Can't let these riders get too far away. So you actually will see Vern Cole, the rider in the black and the green, has made the choice to do a little work here, try to get the two within reach. Keep them right there with the rest of the riders at 11 to go. So Martinez and Miller simultaneously abandon the mission. Will find themselves resting back into that field where they don't have to do quite as much work as they're going to be brought along in the momentum of the rest of this group. That's bib number 1. Kenny Williams, it's at the front. Wearing the numbers for the season success he had last year. So he came out on top of the competition for the Cat 1-2 men over the long course. We do track your success in these categories from week to week. So we actually have riders that will earn themselves a leader's jersey. The leader's jersey this week is at Track Nats. So we actually have national competition for events like the ones you see here. And there's the Elite Track Nationals going on this very week down in Carson, California, part of the LA metro area. So several of our competitors are down there this week. One of the reasons why our field's a little bit smaller, I also suspect, is many of our families and friends here, of course, are traveling for the 4th of July. They just saw 9 to go. The next time we see them will be at 8 to go, coming over the finish line, and that'll be the halfway mark on this 16-lap scratch. And still all together as we get to that point in the competition. One sort of organized effort off the front, that was Martinez and Miller. Other than that, it's been practically together, a field taking their turns at the front. This will benefit some of these really fast sprinting finishers, the riders that don't mind competing for position in this field and will try to work their way towards the front before the bell is ringing and be ready for that fast finish. On deck, the Cat 3 men that are competing tonight in a chariot race will be coming up, followed by our women competitors. Seven to go. Maybe this is piquing your curiosity. How do you get involved doing something like this? How do these riders begin this process of racing track in the first place? What might have got them into it? Well, generally, these are members of our community. They all work right around us. They live amongst us. They are us. They just chose to, make a commitment to some athleticism, some fitness. They wanted to try something like this. They came out to a track class, got the instruction they needed, and then started racing every week, earning points, putting in the time on their bike, and slowly but surely got themselves to the point where they're racing on Friday nights. You too can be a part of the community here, whether that's being a spectator, whether you want to be a volunteer, whether you want to maybe even try racing yourself one of these days. Our Velodrome offers courses in how to race a bike at the track. You can sign up for one of those adult classes online at velodrome.org. It's a 4-hour course, including the cost of your rental bike. It's $50 for a 4-hour class, so pretty good deal. You don't even need a bike. We've got a fleet here that'll get you started. So consider signing up today. Learn a little bit more about the sport that you like, and maybe even find yourself trying to race a bit if you try it out. So take a look at our calendar, see if there's one that fits your schedule. All that online at velodrome.org. Looking at 4 to go, still all together, so we're going to be excited to see an interesting finish. Lots of riders in our field here gearing themselves up for what should be a fast finish. An important thing about these scratch races is timing your efforts right. You don't want to work when you don't need to, especially when you've got everybody all together here. At 3 to go, that's Andy Baker at the front for Pi Broadmark. Christian Miller right behind him. Nolan Adams also trying to match his speed. So a couple riders pushing the pace at the front now. You'll see that the main pack is about 2 lines wide and just a little bit off the pace of the leaders. Quickly starting to readjust themselves to match tempo. Riders peeling off pretty quickly as they sense the end is near. Coming into turn 4, it's 2 to go. 2 to go. Here's where you want to watch who's moving where. So we'll watch the front end of this field. The middle portion in particular, as riders are going to start repositioning themselves, they've been trying to stay out of the work. I'm watching one in particular on the higher part of the track who's been staying back a little bit. He knows he's got a quick kick. He's just trying to be ready to move in time when the attacks come. Here's Lee Thurgood. Once again, when he finds the front, he likes to go. The motor's on. Lee Thurgood going off the front here. And the bell's going to be ringing for one to go. Thurgood's going. Ludo Max right with him. Here comes the rocket. It's Richter in the green. Kenny Williams wearing that number 1 bib. Oh, they don't want to lead this out. They're going to sit up a little bit and wait for somebody else to come up to the front. So they're going to have to reestablish the attack. Off we go. Riders up and out of the saddle. I just watched the man in green win just yesterday in B-Town. He's going to try to pull off again here by whipping around the right side. Oh, and it looks like Richter's on his way. It'll be Richter and a real close 2-3 there between what looked to be Williams and Robson, basically side by side. Our rider in the blue and the rider in the black there at the front of the field. I think that looked like Robson might have held on for second, unofficially. Williams for third. All riders will exit on the back straight as racing is now over for the Cat 1-2 men's scratch race. Chariots, come on over. Cat 3 men followed by women, or are we doing the women first? Oh, very good. We got it sorted out. Not only does the Velodrome offer courses for adults, we also have some junior courses available, week-long camps where young riders can get acclimated to racing here at the track, and by the end of it, they will also be invited and certified to participate in racing here at the track. Our junior night tends to be Mondays. We feature juniors fairly regularly throughout the week, but Mondays is the featured night for our juniors, kind of our weekly racing night for them. Any curiosities about signing up a young person for our classes? I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, or of course you can head to the website at velodrome.org. Looks like we need a few more holders for the chariot race, so we have a couple people checking in. So, Jack, I think you might be in control of our Kitty Keel this evening. If you registered for Kitty Kilos tonight, we are going to start looking for you down at the end of the grandstands near where you signed up. All right, so it sounds like Carol's got it under control. Very good. So if you are registered for the Kitty Kilos tonight, we're going to start looking for you to congregate down by the end of the grandstands near where you signed up. So come on over and get yourself ready. That's going to be coming up here shortly. We actually are going to ride, looks like our chariot race is going to happen together. So we have a Cat 3 men and our women's competitors are going to be going side by side here in a chariot race. They're on the infield there. You saw them pulling numbers out of a bag. That's just to establish their lane, to randomize that. So if you draw number 1 out of the bag, you go down in the sprinter's lane for the start here. The chariot race is a 1-lap event, so the start's pretty important. Riders can receive a bit of a push here. So, of course, our holder is getting set to go. Bell's ringing for 1 to go. Top speed right from the line here, so the race is already underway. No neutral in the chariot. First rider to the line will be our winner here in our combined race. Nice start for our rider for Apex Racing, getting off the front pretty quickly here. Will Harrison on the move here, looking like he'll be able to find it. Nicely done for a rider from Apex Racing in the black and blue there. Good start, and he's able to carry it all the way around for the 400 meters. He'll take it. Marymore Crawl competitors are now going to be called over to corner 4. Open to all that showed up tonight. Marymore Crawl competitors, it's time. Last call for our Kitty Kilo competitors to get themselves set to go. Come on over to the end of the grandstands. We'll get you set up to start. As soon as the crawl is completed, you are coming up next. So make sure that you're in the area. We're going to try to get you set for some fun racing, figure out what time we want to get you out here. So Kitty Kilo competitors, those that have signed a waiver and have a number, we'll see over where you registered for the Kitty Kilos. Marymore Crawl, come on over to turn 4. Let's get you lined up. Marymore Crawl to turn 4, please. And with the sound of the whistle, the race is now started. The idea here in the crawl is our riders cannot cross the line until the bell rings, and nobody here, except for the bell ringers, know how long that time is. So in the meantime, the riders stay behind the finish line under their own power by bouncing upright on their bikes, using some back pressure, since, of course, we are in fixed gear bikes. Good opportunity to get a look at the way that these bikes work. With some back pressure and some balance, riders can stay upright. If they touch down anywhere, if they balance on another rider, put their hands on the rails, leave the racing surface, any of those things are disqualifying for the event. You must stay upright under your own power and behind that finish line. Once the bell's ringing, after some amount of time passes, off we go for a one-lap sprint, much like the chariot race we just saw. Whoa, are you kidding me? Already? Who knew? I didn't. I'm not trying to be facetious. That was pretty speedy. I was just like settling in for the crawl. So lots of riders survive. It's being led out right now by, it looks by Pyatt Broadmark at the front, but a big sprint here from Pryhuber for Liquid Velo. And he's starting to get enough speed here, the rider in the black and green. Looking to see if he's got room to maneuver. He's just going to ride that blue line, and he's got a nice line to the finish. Pryhuber, Baker, and Adams will go 1, 2, 3 in the crawl. Nicely done. Yeah, turn 2's got it figured out. They give a nice round of applause as the riders go by. I like that. Riders can hear your support. We appreciate it. So right now we're going to start organizing our Kitty Kilo groups to come on out to the track. After the Kitty Kilo, we will have a 5-minute open track for our Madison teams to get a little bit acclimated before the race starts. We want to make sure our riders are ready to go for that, since there will be some groups that maybe hadn't had a whole lot of time to get themselves prepped. So 5 minutes open track time for the Madison teams after the Kitty Kilo. Thank you. All right, so if you haven't warmed up your clappers yet, this is the easiest bunch of people to be excited for, is the kids. Looks like we've got 3 in the push bike category that we're going to be kicking and pushing along here. They're going to come right on down to where Jack is in the red shirt, or yes, Jack in the red shirt. He's going to be our finish line. He will encourage our young riders to go into the grass once they get down there. So we're looking for the guy in the red shirt. He's gonna point you into the grass when you're finished. Just down at the end of the straight here. And they're off. Here they go. Woo-hoo! Nicely done. All the way to the grass. Right over to Jack. Yep, he's pointing you where you need to go. Into the grass. Nice job. That is a face for the ages. Yeah. Killing it. Nicely done. Going on the strider like a pro. Our next group is starting to get themselves worked up here and ready to go. See that they're turning, what is that, 6 riders about ready to come out here. Our next size group up here. It looks like we've got a couple of training wheels and some bigger bikes coming out. These guys are going to do a whole lap around the velodrome. Oh, yeah. We'll just make sure that they stay down in the gray part down there where they start. Not to come up onto the track in those turns. That's not something we need to see today. Looks like we have another group queued up, too. The even bigger bikes are coming up here in a second. Off they go. 1 lap around the velodrome. 1 to go. 1 to go. Does some aggressive spin there on the red bike. I love it. Nice. Off to a quick start here through the first couple turns. You could power all Seattle if we could get that kind of spin going every night. Look at that. Man. Man, cruising on this lap. Nicely done. Put your hands together for the future of the sport. Our youngsters here doing it in style. Don't forget to smile. You're on the velodrome. Yeah. We're having fun tonight. Couple more still coming in. Just now coming out of corner 4. They got their second wind. Nicely done. Woohoo! All right, we're going to bring out the pros here. Look at these bikes. Oh, man. One lap around the velodrome here for our big bike category. After this, we will have a 5-minute open track time for the Madison teams to get themselves a bit acclimated. Again, there will be 5 minutes of open track time. The perfect opportunity to come join us over in the beverage garden, or maybe pick up a savory pie for your late night dinner tonight. Tabasum has pies ready to go right now. You can walk up to the window, pick up your favorite choice. They even have some vegan options tonight you can browse. Getting last-minute instructions from Annette over there, making sure they know where to be on the track to stay safe. And they are off. One to go, one to go. One to go. Man, Spider-Man came all the way to Redmond to race today. Whew. Nice. We knew it's a popular sport, but I had no idea. The big bike crew is out and cruising good. Yeah, speedy finish. Nice ride. Whoa, look at this, side by side. Good race here. Nice work. Oh, cruising to the finish line. Yeah. All done as you come across the finish line. Nice work. One more rider to encourage. Here she comes. Nice job tonight. Almost there, a little bit more. There you go. Woo. And with that, we're going to start directing traffic for our riders to come back out the way you came in. So there's an exit right where you entered the track. We're going to direct you that way. How about one more round of applause for all of our kids and mom and dad for coming out here today. Nice job. We have 5 minutes of open track time here. As we clear the track, we're about ready to begin that process. So we'll ask our teams again to come out here for 5 minutes of open track time. Great opportunity once again to stop into our food truck, maybe come over to the beverage garden, check out a new corner of the racing action here at the velodrome. All right, track is good. We are open for business. 5 minutes of open track time. So our teams, just to give a sense of what's going to go on here, you're going to watch our teams get warmed up for the Madison. The Madison is a 2-rider event. You ride as a team with a partner. In this case, it's going to be a points race, Madison. So as these teams go around, they're going to be earning points cooperatively. As they earn those points, we're going to keep track of them all the way through the event. At the end of it, we'll total it up and see who comes out on top based on how many points they earn throughout the entire race. This will be an 8x5 Madison points race, so there'll be 8 sprints every 5 laps. So 8 times riders will be able to get points. The way those points go out is the first rider across the line will get 5, the second rider will get 3, The third rider will get 2, and the fourth rider will get 1. Those points will be attributed to their team. So we've got Team Pink, we've got Team Orange. You can kind of see the colors out there. This is just a warm-up opportunity for them. So the track is just open for those riders to get themselves ready to go. In about 4.5 minutes' time, we will ask them to exit and get set for their event. We'll bring them up to the rail and get them set to go once that goes down. Another good opportunity to remind you, we've got a whole bunch of stuff still going on here at the Velodrome this week, or this month, excuse me. The biggest event, the Vision Grand Prix, is 2 weeks out. Friday and Saturday, the fastest race in the Pacific Northwest. We got $15,000 in cash and merchandise prizes. Going to be going out to the fastest fields we host all year long. A fantastic event to spectate. We promise that you'll have a good time if you like any of the stuff you're seeing tonight. You enjoy the spectacle of racing. You enjoy the athleticism, the speed. All of those things just get notched up another degree for the Vision Grand Prix. We encourage you to check that out. Again, that is 2 weeks from today, July 19th and July 20th. If you are having a hard time keeping track of all the stuff going on here, we encourage you to check out our website, velodrome.org, where you can see more about our full calendar of events, a lot of the documentation that supports what we're up to, everything about the nonprofit that operates the Velodrome, the Marymore Velodrome Association. We're also very interested in education opportunities where you can sign up for classes on our website. The Kitty Kilo, a long-time tradition here at the track. It's all part of our mission of making sure that we're not only a place to race, but also a place to learn and grow. We're proud of the community we have here and hope that you might want to become a part of it. There are many ways to do so. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to come over to the announcer's stand. I will be sure to point you in the right direction for someone who can answer those questions if you have any. Again, we're mid-open track time here. It'll be just a few more minutes. And as we get closer to starting this thing, we'll talk a little bit more about the Madison and the different teams you see out there, as well as our fantastic Madison sponsors for this year. Part of the reason that we have these colored jerseys that we can host for our riders this evening. And just a few minutes more of open track time before the Madison. All right, we are ready to call Madison riders over to the rail, please. Madison riders, please make your way to the rail as you come by on this lap. We will get you queued up to start. Madison competitors, please make your way to the rail. Thank you. Again, riders to the rail, please, for the Madison. Riders to the rail for the Madison. Thank you. All riders to the rail for the Madison.
Opus of the night, evil creatures made of light.
We have 5 teams lined up here at the rail. We're bringing them together, just about ready to get them started. Our sponsors for our teams here tonight in the pink jersey are thanks to Paragon Fitness for sponsoring the team. In blue, DBC Photo, the light blue team. Our orange team, Dixie Flyers, supporting our orange kit this evening. The red team, sponsored by FSA Vision, also our Grand Prix supporters for the year. The final team on there is that blue and yellow combination of the KW Racing Center. Our thanks to our sponsors for the Madison event here in the jerseys. We appreciate their support. The riders that are halfway around the course already around the track here on turn 3, those are the riders that will be starting in the race. The relief riders just got released. They're going to be positioning themselves around and waiting for their turn to get tossed into the event. So you're going to see riders basically tagging in their buddy to take over, so that they can share the workload. So again, they get scored as teams. One rider is always in the race, the other one is waiting for their turn. So likely on this first lap, a couple teams will probably elect to just keep the rider in. We'll see how many of them want to make an exchange right away on lap 1. Seems like the DBC Photo Light Blue team is going to opt to wait at least a lap here. Currently, Mike Rogers for Paragon Fitness, the pink team at the front. And here you'll see a couple of our very first exchanges as the relief rider comes down. They offer the hand, they wait for the exchange, and then there's a toss in. That's to change the momentum from the rider that's in the race, so the relief rider can do as little work as needed to get up to speed. This is a perfect opportunity for riders to go on the attack. So a lot of times you'll see these exchanges be a little bit crazy as riders coming out of that toss-in will be often having to sprint pretty quick. And you'll notice Team KW Racing in the blue and yellow. Andy Baker, the rider currently in the field. Kenny Williams, his partner. They're on the move. Big attack here. Paragon Fitness's orange team, the Dixie Flyer orange team, the second team in the lineup right now. Just now doing an exchange in turn 2, is trying to keep pace with Baker. Good opportunity for the yellow and blue team to try to get away as they're now mid-exchange. And Williams will now be trying to push the pace. A nice response from Team Orange. So the front of the race now, out of turn 4, are 2 front runners. This is a points race, so the bell's going to ring on the certain points laps. No points going out until the bell rings. So riders right now are just getting in a position to go for those points. It looks like Richter, riding in the red jersey for FSA Vision, is getting awfully close to the front to try to make it basically a field of 3 with 2 teams in the chase. And our first bell now ringing for points at 36 to go. Next time around, the first team across the line gets 5. Second team across gets 3 points. Third rider gets 2, and the fourth team will get 1. So our sprint is on for the first points. We're going to try and keep track of who comes in where. It looks like down the sprinters lane, Andy Baker for the blue and yellows at the front, but he's starting to edge out a little bit here. FSA Vision taking over. So Richter on his way for the red team to pick up the first 5. Andy Baker for 3. Christian Miller for 2 for Team Orange. The DBC Photo Squad will pick up 1 point here at the end. That's going to be Eric Waterman riding for that team. So we have it right now. Unofficially, the FSA Vision team, the ones in red, are our leaders with 5 points. In second is Team Blue Yellow. They have 3 points. That's the team that's in the third position right now in this front group. In third place in the race is Team Orange with 2 points. And the light blue squad's got 1 point sitting in fourth. So the front of the race still is this group of 3, the orange, red, and the blue-yellow team. Those 3 teams together make up the front of the race as they go into the Pyatt Broadmark Management sign. The next team on the track right now is in the light blue jersey, followed by pink, both in the chase. The field will get the lion's share of the points at this rate. Since there's the 3 teams there, only the fourth position after them will get a point. Bell is ringing for the second sprint. The Madison is a good mixture of top speed and endurance, since it's typically a pretty long race, but riders do get to rest. So you quickly rest, get yourself back in there. Lots of recovery being part of it, so it's a nice mixed skill set. You also got to play it smart. Keep your head up, your eyes open, since it can get kind of busy in these exchanges. We don't have a ton of teams this evening, so far there's been a fair amount of track space to work this out. Kenny Williams sees an opportunity to go. He's going to start moving ahead here. He picks up 5 for his team. The red team picks up 3. Orange will pick up 2. Next team across the line gets 1. It looks like that'll be our light blue team again. We now have a tie at the top between the blue and yellow team with 8 points and the red team with 8 points. They're tied for first. After that, I've got Team Orange with 4 and light blue with 2 as the unofficial points totals at this point in the race. Blue and yellow is on the move. That's Andy Baker getting tossed in on the home straight and now on the attack. Dave Richter and the red team is going to have to do something pretty quick here to try to change this up, as he does not want to let Baker get away from him now. They're in a tie for first. Seeing 28 to go as the leaders. Baker and Richter, the 2 that just come across the line for their teams. Mike Robson for the orange squad is trying to make some headway on this gap that he finds himself in. Yellow and blue being relentless here. No time to recover or think about this one, is now Chip Chazé of the red team moving along, trying to get back up there. Team Pink is in between the leaders in the back of the field, so they're kind of in this no man's land, as we call it. So the front of the race still yellow and blue in between turns 3 and 4. Now coming onto the home straight. They're seeing 26 and a bell. Yellow-blue trying to take the lead. KW Racing hoping to take the first lead of the race for them. Currently in a tie with Team Red of FSA Vision. This is where they know they've got the strength, is they can just be this relentless attack, and really working well between Williams and Baker right now to do that. Light blue still on the sprint right now if they stay ahead of this team. So light blue on the path to picking up a point, as they're still now on the sprint lap. Points for yellow and blue, they pick up 5. Red picks up 3. Team Orange will pick up 2. So it'll be the pink team to pick up the 1 point in that sprint, but they were lapped in the process, so that's why they were eligible again. So pink down a lap, but they do pick up a point in the sprint. Still in front of the race. It's been this way for a while here. It's team blue and yellow making an exchange right in front of us here on the home straight. At 23 to go. Next team on track right now is still Team Red. Looking over there, wondering when they're going to run out of steam. It hasn't happened yet. Then it's Team Orange, also in the chase. So a good tactic here from yellow-blue, just the unrelenting attack, taking turns, going top speed, being in their groove, and it's been working real well for them. At 22 to go, Baker and Williams have left everybody else wondering how they can possibly close this distance down. The race may very well soon become the race for second. The leaders will be seeing 21 and be hearing a bell here momentarily. And Williams gets the bell for his team. Points next time. We're at about halfway through the Madison. Red on their way for points. Team Blue is now eligible for points again as they are down the lap. And Orange coming across the line is also on the points sprint here. First rider on the track right now is still Team Blue. Yellow, they're coming through turns 3 and 4. They're on their way to pick up 5 more. After that, it looks like Team Red will be the next team to come around the corner. I have blue and yellow at 18 in the lead after picking up those 5. 3 more points for Team Red, which puts them at 14 points. Blue will pick up 2 here, putting them at negative 16, I believe. And Orange will find 1 point, good to bring them up to 7. Currently in 3rd place. I have in first, it's still blue and yellow with 18. Second place, red with 14. Third place is orange with 7. In 4th place is our light blue team at negative 16. And our 5th place team is pink at negative 19. And again, we score those laps rather than saying lap down or lap up. We do it by points. So a lap up is plus 20 and a lap down is minus 20. That's the way that the points racing tends to work. So things have broken apart, as you've seen. It's just been slowly pulling apart. Essentially after the first sprint, the one that Team Red took when we still had a field of 3. Following that sprint, blue and yellow saw an opportunity. Our KW Racing jersey here knew that it was their time to go. They went on the attack and have been, again, nonstop basically since that moment. The result is that now they find themselves halfway up the track from the nearest team, as Team Red, just now coming across the finish line, is the next closest squad. As FSA Vision is trying to help them with some speed tonight, not quite enough to keep up. The Dixie Flyer Orange team is the next team on the track, still on the same lap as the leaders. After that, down a lap from the leaders is blue and pink. Bell's ringing for some more points. Our leaders get the bell first. Team Pink currently in no man's land and not eligible on the sprint. So next team across the line for points is Team Red. Orange and light blue are all eligible. We'll see where they come in next time around. 5 more points for our leaders. Putting on a nice show for us tonight. Good clinic here off the front of the field, just ticking it away. It'll now 23 points for the blue and yellow team. Again, not eligible is Team Pink, so they're going to be not earning a point here. Three more for red, 2 for orange, and 1 for light blue. My unofficial points totals, I have Blue and yellow at 23, red at 17, and orange at 9 as our top three. Light blue at -15 and pink at -19. Up next, we have some Kierans we're going to be hosting for our Cat 3 men and our women riders. The Kierans are coming up here fairly soon. We're getting down to the last 3 sprints now for points. Front of the race is just now coming out of turn 2. Everybody else in the chase behind them. There might be enough laps for them to get on the back end here. I'm not sure if that'll occur. Orange and red now coming together means they can kind of partner up at 13 to go. Our lead team seeing 12 to go. Bell next time. These teams coming across the line are all seeing 12, now seeing 11 for the leaders. Annabelle, points next time. Yellow and blue. Been the front of the race since about lap 5 or 6 into the race. Behind them will be a sprint for 3 and 2 points, which red and orange are already starting to fight over. Points next time, bells ringing. Points here as well for light blue next lap. Bells ringing. 5 for blue and yellow. Team red and orange opposite us on the back straight will be fighting over the 3 and 2 points respectively. We'll see who's going to come on top for that one. Looks like orange starting to get a second win here as Christian Miller will accelerate the Dixie Flyer team. Our leaders, blue yellow team with 28. In second, I have red with 19. And in third, I have orange with 12. The last lap in a points race is worth double, so we're going to offer out 10, 6, 4, and 2 to the leaders on the last lap. That could be pretty important for Team Red and Orange, as it looks like they're now in a straight-up battle. 8 to go for the leaders. 8 to go. Now watching a little bit more of what red and orange are up to. Again, they're kind of in a race now for second. The difference in points between these two squads is 7 points right now, with Team Red leading at 19 over Team Orange with 12 at 8 to go. So they're in a fight right now to see who can come out on top. It would take a pretty big effort from Orange to best Red at this point, considering the point deficit they find themselves in. Chip Chazé for FSA Vision is on the attack at a really good moment here, so he's going to put some separation between him and Team Orange now at a time when he needs to do it. 7 to go. Dixie Flyer squad is in the chase here, trying to get back up to it. The leaders of the race in positioning are still back over on turns 3 and 4, getting awfully close to the back end of Team Light Blue. 6 to go, and the bell's ringing. 6 to go, the bell's ringing. Light Blue becomes ineligible as Williams catches. Bell's ringing for Red and Orange. Points available next time. So it looks like only 3 teams will be getting points this time. Light Blue and Pink are in no man's land currently. Red will pick up 3 more. They're starting to build their resume towards a second place finish, while Orange will get 1 more point there, bringing their points up to 13. Interestingly enough, I have the points as 33, 22, and 13 right now. So 33 points to Team Blue and Yellow, 22 to Red, and 13 for Team Orange. 4 to go. 4 to go. Four to go. Team Red and Orange, again, the second and third place teams. Williams seeing 3 to go and getting awfully close to the end of this one and being able to finally celebrate the successes for his team with his partner. They've been doing a fantastic job here tonight, just being off the front with this constant attack and some really good athleticism, the endurance of this race. Wrong one. Yeah. Red and orange are pretty similar. Fiery colors. Here comes 2 to go for the leaders. 2 to go. 2 to go. Our endurance points specialty here, the Madison. An 8x5 right in the middle of our program, and a long event they are, but it can be pretty fun to watch, especially with these exchanges and the fun of watching the teams. This one did pull apart pretty quick, and they don't always do that, but it is a race that tends to see the difference in endurance and athleticism really apply over the long term in this kind of an event. And here we go. The bell is ringing. It's the final lap. 1 to go. 1 to go. Pink's still in no man's land for this final sprint, so once again we might have one of the points that's going to be given up not going out to any teams. 2 teams are currently ineligible, so the first team getting 10, that's likely going to be our yellow and blue. Orange also getting the bell as there's points next time for you. That'll be 4 points next time. And our winner is light blue yellow team, Williams and Baker, combining together for a total of what should be 43 points unofficially, and a nice victory for them. The next team to get points here will be our second place finishers. Looks like Team Red's coming in for a points total of 28, with Chip Chazé working with Dave Richter. And finally, the teaming of Christian Miller and Mike Robson, the Dixie Flyer Orange team, coming in for 4 more points here and a third place finish. Coming up in just a minute here, we'll have Kieran's. A couple of quick Kieran's for some of our smaller fields this evening. Just one combined one, okay. I got half of that memo earlier. So the Kieran, the one and only. We'll start you over there in the middle of the home straight in just a moment. We're gonna get ourselves set with the pacer on the back straight, and our officials will get you all ready to go for our Kieran for the Cat 3 men and the women's combined field. So oftentimes what happens when we do these combined schedules like this, when we reconfigure things due to our racer registration being a little lower than we anticipate, oftentimes we need to build in a little bit more break time to enable our riders an opportunity to recover and prepare for the next event. Sounds like we're going to put in a few minutes of rest here to make sure that one of our competitors from the Madison is ready for this Kieran. They'll also provide a little extra time of rest before the points race for the Cat 1-2 men, since they do have one of those coming up as well. So we are going to go ahead and set a 5-minute break here for our riders to recover. So an enforced 5-minute break for everybody to kind of rest and relax before we call the Kieran. Thank you. All right, I think we're ready to go. We're going to call our Kieran competitors over. We'll need some holders. If we don't have enough, we'll be calling out for some help here. Kieran starters, come on down. We're about ready to begin the event. Pacer is on its way for the Kirin. Our 4-lap event here, and a fast finishing event it is. We're going to have our Pacer bringing them slowly up to speed over about 2 laps or so. And we'll see that getting started here in just a moment as our Pacer is on its way now. Pacer exiting the turn. Riders ready. At no time may the competitors cross over the back wheel there of the Pacer. So the rider there in red wearing the staff shirt is on an electrically assisted bike. He's got a gauge on there to get a good sense of how fast he's going, and he's going to try to bring them up real consistently for the next couple of laps. As he gets up to speed, the whole field will benefit from the draft before they are sent on their own to race which should be a fast finishing event. 6 riders in our field. They'll be seeing 3 to go this time. Two to go, 2 to go. You can see the speed here is starting to accelerate, and riders working to keep up with the pace of the Pacer. Now pulling out of the way at 1.5 to go. As they come through, they're going to be getting the bell at 1 to go. And bell's ringing, 1 to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. The drag race is going down now as it's still Apex at the front, but everybody's starting to bunch up behind and getting ready to launch their own attack here. So down the back straight, it's really starting to group up into turn 3. It's going to be a busy finish here as we come through into turn 4. It's still Apex driving it impressively all the way from back as the Pacer left. Will he be able to hold on? Oh, I think it's going to be on his right-hand side there at the last second. Alec Ozenbach, the rider there with the black, white, and red going on the right side, I think might have barely gotten that one. And just like that, the Kirin's all wrapped up. Aha, the officials confirm it's going to be Will Harrison that holds off the charge. Apex Racing with the big drag race all the way around. Will get it. Cat 1-2 riders, it's time. Category 1-2 competitors to the rail for the points race. Okay, I'm not the officials, guys. I'm just the microphone. Thanks. Cat 1-2 men to the rail, please. All right, a few more riders getting up to the line here. This will be much like the Madison we saw earlier, except that every rider's out there for themselves. No teams in the points race, so our Cat 1-2 men are going out for the same type of format. 35 laps in total, making that a 7x5. Still on their neutral lap, about ready to get them started. It looks like riders are pretty well together here. And our first lap underway. With 35 to go, first bell will be at 31. First lap is looking pretty quick for Lee Thurgood in the all-black kit there off the front. 4 riders in the chase trying to get up to him real quick before he gets away from this pack too far. One fast lap down as Thurgood forces a good reaction out of the riders. Thirty-three to go. 33 to go. Showing 32 now. We will hear a bell next time. Bells ring in the front 3 here. Pryhuber, the first one to come across the line, followed by a teammate. That's Vern Cole. Ludo Max in the blue right there with him for Hagen's Berman Racing team. So 3 riders form the front. Another crew of 5 close in pursuit. First 4 riders getting points, so 5, 3, 2, and 1 as a reminder. Same way as the Madison was working earlier tonight. Vern Cole driving it right now. Pryhuber sitting on his right-hand side. It'll be Cole, Pryhuber, Max, and Pekka Jaska, I think, getting the 1. Our early leaders I have unofficially as Vern Cole with 5, Andy Prybeer with 3, Ludamax with 2, Pekeyaska with 1. Nice little size field, starting to push away. They're putting just a little bit more pressure on the pedals, enough so to create that little gap there. They've now got 6 riders away from the main pack. And even though that gap is only a few seconds, that could hold at least until the next point sprint. Bell at 26, here at 28 to go as they come across the line.
The voice of reason, the voice of soul. The voice of reason, the voice of soul. So set you free.
That couple second gap starting to look a little smaller as a few riders wanting to do work behind them. Looks like it's going to be Shimada for corner 4 racing, that purple dark colored kit, just getting them up to contact and trying to make this thing all together again. Lee Thurgood will do the work to finish it and erase the gap, basically all back together again. Bell's ringing for points. 5, 3, 2, and 1 to lead the lap. Dave Richter at the front. Kenny Williams right there with him. Bit of a run-up from the middle of the field. I see Thurgood trying to position himself. It'll be Baker near the front as well. But right now, the very front of this sprint is Richter and Williams coming out of turn 4. Oh, fight for the 5. Richter wants it. 5 for Richter, 3 for Williams, 2 for Pryhuber. I think that's 1 for Robson. Couple of ties here already. We got a 3-way split for first between Richter, Cole, and Pryhuber, unofficially at 5 points apiece. After that, I've got Williams sitting in 4th with 3. Ludamax has 2. Pekeyaska has 1, as well as Mike Robson with 1. Those points are confirmed by our officials team. All together here at 23 to go. I just heard word, it sounds like they are experiencing even maybe a larger earthquake down there in LA. Can feel it in Carson, so that's not a good sign. Sounds like everybody's okay, but we might be hearing news of that. Another quake down south. .21 to go and the bell's ringing. Tube Chazé at the front, but Shimada wants to change that up quickly. He's got a good run up at it. He's going to try to accelerate into the sprint here. He's opened up a couple bike lengths here for himself. Might be able to find his first points of the race. Couple of real quick finishers here, ready to launch their own counterattack. Wow. Richter knows how to get up to speed fast. Found cycling off the front. Richter for 5. Shimada, oh, I think it's Williams 3. Shimada 2, and I think Adams maybe got the 1. Our current race leader is Dave Richter with 10 points. In second place, I have Kenny Williams with 6. A tie for third between Pryhuber and Cole, 5 points apiece. After that, I got Shimada with 2, Max with 2, Yaska with 1, Adams with 1, Robson with 1. And our points are in agreement with the officials, so that is how it currently stands. Don't forget, if you want to check out some cool photography from tonight, don't forget to check out the website dbcphoto.com. Dennis Crane is here with the camera, and he's been snapping photos tonight. One of our good sponsors and longtime partners here at the track, catching all the action and helping us promote good racing here at the Velodrome. You can support him by checking out the website, dbcphoto.com. Purchase your favorite photo and share it with the world. Our thanks to Dennis for being here tonight. That's 17 on the lap cards. Our current race leader is Dave Richter. He's almost at the tail end of this single file line in the dark green with the black shorts. Riding for the Fount Cycling Guild. Restructured team with a lot of competitors riding on the road. Richter showing up here tonight and currently in the lead. The next closest rider is Kenny Williams behind him with 6, so a 4-point split there. The race is real close for second places. It's currently Williams, Cole, and Pryhuber all within a point of each other. 16 to go, and one of those riders with some points, Vern Cole, is at the front. His teammate right behind him is Andy Pryhuber. Here comes another one of the Andys. It's Andy Baker trying to get in a position. Richter wants to get another 5. He looks like he's on pace to do it. Baker will find 3. Robson will find 2 more. It looks like Nolan Adams will be the rider to get 1. Richter still our race leader after getting 5 more. Should be sitting at 15. After that, I still have Williams as our rider in second with 6. So it's 15 for Richter, 6 to Williams sitting in second. Pryhuber and Cole are tied for third with 5 apiece. Then I have Robson and Baker both with 3. And everybody else's points remain unchanged. A little bit of movement off the front here after that last struggle for trying to follow the pace of the sprint there. Looking for some help is Ludo Max for the Hawkins Berman team, the rider in blue. Coming out of turn 4 at the front of this thing. Got Liquid Velo competitor Mike Rogers joining in. Vern Cole also moving up at 13 to go. You've seen the speed of these guys when they want to really get it moving, so that gap may look significant, but it's not safe for those 3 just yet. Yeah, so Mard is telling me it's actually a confirmed 7.0 quake down there. Far enough away that it wasn't a problem for them down there in Carson, but we'll be thinking about our friends down there in Southern California. Still Vern Cole driving it right now with Ludo Max. They've really gone all in on this one. Our leaders will be seeing 11 to go, and that is a good sign for them because that means it's a bell lap. Maybe they can actually get some points out of this move. The gap is not big, and Ludo Max knows it. He's looking to maybe get a bit of help here before the pack comes charging down. Mike Robson, though, looking like he's on pace to bring these guys right back up to the front. Kenny Williams finds himself back towards the front here. Baker will get the 3 this time. Pekka Jaska for 2, and Ludo Max manages to get a point after the field catches. Currently still in the lead of the race is Richter for Found Cycling. The dark green kid, he's back in the main group of riders. So not up with these front four. Again, that's Dave Richter with 15. In second, I got Kenny Williams with 11. In third, I have Andy Baker with 6. After that, I have Pryhuber with 5, Vern Cole with 5, Pekka Yaska and Ludo Max both with 3, as well as Mike Robson with 3. Shimada with 2, Adams with 2. 2 sprints remain. The next one will be 5, 3, 2, and 1. The last one will be 10, 6, 4, and 2. The closest race right now is the race for third place. Only a couple points separate Vern Cole, Andy Pryhuber, and Andy Baker, who all sit at 5 or 6 points, depending on who they are. Richter has a pretty good lead in the first position. Not enough so that he can't keep track of where Williams is. Kenny Williams for Center Cycles is wearing bib number 1. He's got a blue kit on with the white helmet, and he's trying to sneak in on this one, just edge his way back to the top, taking some of these later sprints. He's currently trailing by 4 behind Richter. 7 to go. Team Liquid Velo sends forth Dave Chipchaze. Wanted to be a motor here in the near end portion of the race. He's opened up a decent little gap from here, but again, with the bell ringing, that gap could disappear pretty quickly. 6 to go. It's the penultimate sprint. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Big move out of the middle of this field for you know who it is. It's the Rocket once again on the move for Found Cycling. On his way for 5 more. A fight for 3. Williams and Baker will go 3-2, and Ludo Max will once again find one on the back end of that sprint. So it's Richter in the lead with 20. I got Williams after picking up 3 more, now at 14 points. He trails the leader by 6. In third place is Andy Baker with 8 points. Ludo Max moves up with 4 points after picking up 1 more there. Everybody else's points remain unchanged. Again, our top 3 is Richter with 20, Williams with 14, Baker with 8. After that, I got Vern Cole and Andy Pryhuber tied with 5 apiece in a tie for 4th. Ludo Max would be at 6th with 4. Gather themselves up here. All that's left is the ring the bell at 1 to go. We'll go 10, 6, 4, and 2 on that final lap. Coming up next will be our points race for the combined Cat 3 men and women's field. Points race coming up here soon. Our last race of the evening. Three to go. Stretching things out here. They know it's getting real close to the finish. Getting themselves set up here now, waiting for their opportunity. Spreading out across the track at 2 to go. Within the points race, there's a lot of races within the race going on. So you got the leaders paying attention to each other. You got riders watching those that they know they're in a similar placing with. They want to try to know where those riders are. So you can see even in the field, as these two get away, neither of them with points, what are they doing? Well, the field's looking at each other. They're going, you know, the race for the positions is going on here. But at the same time, Thurgood says, if I can get away from this field and pick up 10 points right now, I'm going to move right up the leaderboards. Why not? 1 to go. Thurgood's off the front. Mike Rogers with them for Liquid Velo team. And like I said, the riders in this field are watching each other. Maybe letting this get a little too far away, but you know who knows they can get up there real fast. Look out. Is he going to go for the 10 from way back there? Watch this. Oh, man. Thurgood and Rogers, they were out there pretty far, maybe too far. He's going to go for it. Not going to have enough. A good try, though. It'll be Rogers for 10 points, Thurgood for 6, Richter for 4, and Williams for 2. Richter not able to get there, but you know what? That's still 4 more points. That'll bring him up to enough to clearly hold on to the victory. Nicely done for the Cat 1-2 men's field, and they will exit on the back straight as their race is finished. All right, our last race for the night. Come on down. Cat 3 men, women's field. Cat 3 men plus Emily, as it's turned into. I was going to say, Emily, make sure to go line over by the beverage garden, giving Ned a lot of hard times, but she's over here now. Yeah, you'll be over there soon. Got it. Very good. All right, we got one more race tonight. It's a 4x5, 4 sprints every 5 laps for a 20-lap event. In our final one tonight. If you enjoyed any portion of what you saw this evening, we'd encourage you to come on again on a Friday night. We will have more folks back from their competition down in Southern California for next week. That'll add to our numbers, as well as we hope getting a little away from the 4th of July travel plans. We race every Friday night at 7 o'clock. It's a $5 entry for our spectators that helps support the programs here at the track. All those monies go right into paying staff and officials and the folks that support the racing you see here. Our nonprofit, the Merrimore Velodrome Association, proudly supporting and running and being the working machine that helps make this all come together since 1975, when this facility was first built under the name of the Merrimore Velodrome, since changing its name a few years ago in remembrance of our good friend, the man that was the absolute center of our community, Jerry Baker. You can find out more about that history and all about our organization by browsing through the pages on our website at velodrome.org. We can also see a little bit more about our weekly racing options. If you're curious what it looks like to start racing here, our beginning nights are Thursday. Juniors race on Mondays, and then we have a mixed set of other options that happen between Monday and Wednesdays, including our sprinters. We've got our Cat 4s, which are the next step up beyond our beginners, racing on Wednesdays. Our open category, which is intended to be an aged open sort of self-selected event that we do on Wednesday nights as well. So you can see those races for free if you want to come in and check out what we're doing on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 7 p.m. There is no spectator cost to come in and watch what's going on. So our field of 5 here will be getting bells every 5 laps for 4 sprints in total. The first bell will ring at 16 to go. Bell's ringing on our first sprint. Looks like it'll be Will on the outside over Alec Ozenbach on the inside position there. Snoblin will get 2. Grant Gibson will get 1. Current race leader is Will Harrison for Apex Racing, the rider in the blue with the white helmet. He's got 5. Alec Ozenbach right behind him with 3 in second. And Peter Snowman at the front of that crew is in third with 2 points. Grant Gibson with 1 is sitting in fourth. Points next time. With 10 to go, it'll be Harrison picking up 5 more. Snoblin will get the 3 this time. Ozenbach will get 2, putting them in a tie for second. Harrison, our leader, with 10. A few laps until the next bell. We'll hear 1 at 6 to go. Now seeing 8. Our leader in the blue with the white helmet is Will Harrison. The 2 behind him are in a tie at 5 apiece. Next time, we'll hear a bell. Six to go, and the bell's ringing. Snowblend at the front, trying to break that tie. Looks like it's going to be Harrison, then Ozenbach, and then Snowblend. Last sprint will be worth double the points, so Snowblend's starting to feel like maybe the way to shake this up is to try to push away early, force the sprint to be a bit longer. So at 2 to go, Snowblend reaccelerates things. Harrison is trying to respond quickly. He gets up there. Snowblend says, okay, you were wise enough to it. I will pull up, and now you're in the lead. It's going to be Harrison at the front as we get the bell here soon. Snowblend and Ozenbach looking at each other, trying to figure out who's going to be next to go. One to go, one to go. One to go. And as they come across the line will likely be their finishing order in the points as well. It looks like Harrison coming in will be our winner. Will Harrison. Alec Ozenbach will come in second, and our third place finisher will be Snowblend. As they come across the line, they are finished up. And that'll do it for us here at the Velodrome. We thank you for joining us tonight and hanging out all the way to the end. If you caught that last race, we appreciate our spectators, our fans. Really help make this a special place to race for our community. We will be back again with more racing next week. We hope, again, away from travel times and our national competition going on down in Carson, we might see some more folks next week. Our Friday night racing program resumes at 7 p.m. a week from tonight. Hope that many of you can join us. Do not forget to make plans for the 19th and the 20th to join us for the Vision Grand Prix, our fantastic, highly competitive race here at the Velodrome. We'll be coming back once again. The 2019 Vision Grand Prix, July 19th and 20th. We hope you can join us for that fine event, either inside or outside the Velodrome, whether you're racing or watching. Well, once again, thank you for joining us here tonight. We appreciate all of you that could make it out to the Velodrome. We look forward to seeing you more for more racing here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.
I got you triggered.